Welcome to Bearkat Chat. I'm your host, Sierra Ray, and today we're joined by Bailey Buckner, a current Sam Houston State University sophomore. Welcome, Bailey, and thank you for being here on Bearkat Chat.
Thank you for having me.
What made you choose Sam Houston State University when you were deciding on where to go to college?
What made me choose Sam Houston was when I got on the campus, I felt extremely comfortable. I'm an only child, so it was going to be a very big change for me to not only be away from home, but in an unfamiliar place. When I got on the campus, I felt almost like a home away from home, and it didn't feel like I was like at a summer camp. I felt like I could create my own life. Everyone was so welcoming. Another thing that I really liked about the campus is that all of the staff was very committed and overly happy to do their job. I feel like a lot of issues that I had with other campuses that I was looking at is the communication was not really there, and there was a lot of fill-in-the-blank answers that they weren't really filling in. I feel like when I was dealing with Sam, I'd call and I'd get an answer immediately, and if not, someone was there to help aid me where I needed help.
Did you, by chance, explore any other university campuses?
I did. I toured Texas State University. I liked it a lot. It was just very far from home and a little too big to what I was looking for. I wanted something a little intimate, but also that gave me some free range to explore on campus. I also toured Prairie View A&M University. I liked the campus life. I just didn't like everything they had to offer for my major.
So when you went through the application process, did you find that it was easy or challenging to apply?
It was extremely straightforward. I think that I actually did it by myself. I didn't even need my mom's assistance. It was very like ABC,
Awesome.
And I liked that.
Did you go through Apply Texas or straight through the website?
I went through Apply Texas.
Okay, awesome. So do you remember how many schools you actually applied for?
I only applied to 3 because I was pretty set on my top 3 options. I knew that Sam was where I wanted to go, but I still applied to 2 others just as a safety net in case everything went left.
So did you visit those 2 campuses too?
I did. And I was really, really stuck on Sam. I think that I visited Sam 3 times before I was completely like, yes, because I knew that it's where I wanted to go, but I just wanted to be extremely sure because it's like, I knew that I wasn't a student that was going to want to transfer out. I feel like once I start, I want to finish where I start. So once I had my mind set on it, I had to tour it 2 more times just to make sure this is what I want.
So in doing that, were you attending like student orientations or any specific events, or were you just coming to campus?
Once I was committed to the school, I did attend orientation, but the other times that I toured it, one time it was just a tour. The second time I did an overnight camp here, so tour with activities, and then the third time was just a regular tour again.
Okay. So what was your first impression of campus? You said it felt like home, but has your impression changed since you first toured and now that you've been here for a few years?
I think the only thing that's changed is it feels more rural and country. I feel like from the outside looking in, I didn't observe it as that. I felt like maybe because I was like more just in certain buildings, so it felt modern-ish to me. I still like that it's a little rural and country. It makes it feel cozy, especially when it's cool outside. I like the feeling of being in a cozy town. But other than that, I feel like my impression's still the same. But I like it a lot.
And then Huntsville being kind of that smaller town feel, I think that's what also makes it special to be here.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite class or professor or academic experience so far?
So far, I do have a favorite class. It's one of my psych research classes actually right now. My professor, she's super sweet. My favorite thing about her is that she actually cares about her job and likes to be there. This is actually the second class that I've taken with her, and every day she comes in there with the same positive attitude, a big smile, and she really puts forth a big effort to make sure we're understanding everything.
So I guess I should ask, what is your major?
I'm a psych major.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. So what drove you to psych? What made you look into that degree?
I love talking to people. I feel like I am a natural people person, and a big goal that I have is every time I enter someone's life, I want to be a change, be a difference, because you never know like who's going through something behind closed doors, who just needs a smile. And I feel like my goal in life that I feel like I was pulled to is being a change to people. And with psychology, it doesn't just feel like a career field that I want to go to. It's something that I have real passion for.
And I think that's hugely important. If you're passionate about something, it's more than a job. It's your focus, and your life is centered around that, and helping people is part of our motto, measure of a life is its service.
Yes.
So what organizations, events, or activities have you gotten involved in?
So for activities, I'll start with my very first one. Last semester, I actually did the Sammys. I was an MC for that.
Oh, how fun.
Yes, that was super exciting. I didn't know what the Sammys was. I saw a thing on it on my Instagram just to go out and try out. Initially, when I tried out, I was a little nervous because it was a lot of theater kids, and I'm just like a psych major just here, and I didn't think that I'd get the role, and I did. The entire experience was so exciting. It was very rewarding at the end. I believe the show was like almost about an hour and 30 minutes, and going through all the prep for it, all of the practice, and just seeing it come to life was just really very rewarding and exciting. I met so many people and gained a new opportunity under my belt. As far as clubs, I recently joined Psychi Club. So far, I like it. It has opened my branch to knowing a little bit more of the direction that I want to go to psychology-wise. It's also very informational, and we get to give back to the community, which I enjoy a lot. I was a Girl Scout from kindergarten all the way to my senior year, so it's brings back like what I'm used to. And then I also recently joined SGA, Student Government Association.
Okay.
I went to my first meeting yesterday, so I don't have much to say about that, but I'm super excited to see what the club has to offer.
And it sounds like you're getting connected not only with people who may be in the same degree field as you, but also just new people and making new friendships while you're here and getting involved.
Yes.
I love that. So what's your favorite campus tradition?
Maybe biased, but I'd say the Sammys.
Okay.
I feel like I'm only a sophomore, so I only know of so much right now, but I know that the Sammys is something that they do annually, and I enjoyed it a lot. The entire process was very fun.
I would say probably the tree light's another one. Getting into that holiday spirit.
Yes.
And seeing the tree lit up, and the different orgs also do the decoration of the different ornaments that they get to hang up on the tree throughout the season. So that's a pretty fun one for me. So I'm understanding that you currently work on campus. Can you tell us about that position and how you learned about it?
Yes, I am an RA. How I learned about it was I actually saw a poster on my RA's bulletin board when I was a freshman, and I saw that we could go ahead and apply. And I don't know, I was a little hesitant because when I applied, I was a freshman, so I felt like, what are the odds that they're actually going to choose me? And I applied, I went for it because I feel like doesn't hurt to try. And I got the position. I like it a lot. I feel like it's very rewarding. It teaches me more people skills. I learn how to work with different kinds of people through different kinds of situations. It helps me practice patience, have a different outlook on life, because I deal with a lot of different residents that came from a lot of different places. So it definitely expands my mind. I feel like it also helps me mature even more because I am put in a lot of positions where I haven't been put in yet. So it pulls out that extra maturity in me. And overall, it's just very rewarding to be able to give back, but also still continue to do my education. It's not an extra stress. I like that I live where I work, so I still get a really good balance, and it's not like I'm stressing to go clock in somewhere because it's just in my building.
Right. And you get to meet a whole lot of new people.
Yes.
So what other resources on campus have been most helpful to you that or maybe you've taken advantage of since being here?
I definitely say the tutoring center. The tutoring center is very, very helpful. From the very beginning, when I knew that I needed help, they were very helpful about that. The communication I felt was very transparent in times. I know when I first needed a tutor for the subject that I was looking for, they actually had no tutors for that. But I was speaking to a lady, and she let me know that they were going to be on the lookout, and then I got an email 2 weeks later that they finally had tutors for that. So I was extremely thankful that the communication was ongoing, and I was in the loop of what was going on. And then once I got my tutor, the tutors were very great, very helpful, helped me get a B in my course, which I was super thankful for because I was struggling a lot in there.
That's incredible. And that they found somebody specifically for what there was a need for, what you were looking.
Yes.
So what challenges have you faced as a student?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced as a student and still face is, I guess, just finding balance sometimes to pour into myself and just take a break from school. I feel like with being a college student, there's always something to do, even if there's nothing due. I feel like I struggle whenever I'm sitting down. It's like, okay, I'm done for the day, I have nothing to do. And then it's like, oh, wait, this assignment's open. I can get started on this now. So just really setting aside time for myself to just calm down and take a brain break and know that it's okay and I don't have to do work all the time. But that's something that I've also been trying to implement into the semester. I try to take one day to just do what I want to do and just breathe, because I've learned as a college student that you can't continue to just overload yourself or you're going to burn out fast.
So what are the common misconceptions students may have about living on campus?
I feel a lot of the times they think that they're not going to have any privacy. I personally feel that you have a good amount of privacy. I mean, you're still in the room with someone else depending on the building that you're staying in. But even in the buildings where the rooms are shared, it's a good amount of space. The buildings are really nice, in my opinion. And it's not like you're stacked on anyone and you have space to make it your own. Another thing that I can only speak for Sam is that they have a big variety of living on campus. So if you don't want to share rooms with someone, we also have options where you can have your own rooms. And I think that's a very good plus to still live on campus. So I think that a big misconception is you're going to be stacked on top of people, but you can actually make your room really nice. I feel like I have lived on campus as long as I've been a SAM student, and I love my room. I look forward to coming to it. It's just all about making your room home.
Making it your own space. I remember what I was going to ask. So are most of your classes in person, or do you have some online?
I have one online, and the rest are in person.
Do you find one easier than the other? Or you like the balance of having both?
I personally do not like having online classes.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I learned that over the summer when I took summer courses. I feel that I am less engaged, which can be a little difficult, especially if you have a professor that takes a little while to email you back. So for me personally, I do not like online, but my minor is only offered online. Oh. So I have to learn to like it. But I think that's the only thing that will make it more difficult. The work-wise, I feel like it's still the same work ratio as a normal in-person class.
So back to the students that you kind of oversee. If a student is nervous about moving into the halls, how would you help an incoming freshman feel more comfortable?
I would let them know that there are a lot of students that feel the exact same as them. I know it's hard to sometimes get out of your head, but just remember that college is new to pretty much everyone else that is around you, and everyone has the same thoughts. No one's judging, and they probably have the same thoughts that you have. Also, there are a lot of resources implemented within your building to help you. So if there's ever something that you're scared you're not going to know, or you're scared you're going to struggle, there's a lot of backbone, so you're not going to fall. Those sources are there to support you throughout your entire journey, and that you will make friends and you will find your people. You just can't be scared to put yourself out there.
So I understand that every different residence hall has opportunities to connect and have events or little, whether it's painting nights or different opportunities to engage with the other people in your hall. Can you kind of speak to some of those programs?
Yes. So we recently just had a slime program. Oh. That was super fun. I think that all of our programs, so we have LLCs, which are living learning communities. Some of our programs are dedicated. For example, I'm over pre-med students. We are doing a program for pre-med students that they're going to be acting out scenarios that are both positive and negative and learning how to deliver news to patients. Okay. But we're also making it a fun little competition, and they'll do like bracelets and stuff for that. Love those because not only do they get to come out and do something fun, but it also gives them the opportunity to connect with people that are in their same major and also in their building, and it's another experience to make friends.
anything else you'd like to add or talk about that we haven't covered already? Being an RA or a sophomore.
As an RA, I feel like a lot of people sometimes are hesitant about going for the RA position. I feel if it's something that you're considering, go for it. It offers a lot of balance, a lot of pros. I feel that I can't speak for other on-campus jobs because this is the only on-campus job I've ever worked, but from what I've heard from my fellow peers is it's a job that they actually understand that you're a student first. So they're very flexible with time, very helpful. It's not one of those jobs where it's a bad finger pointed at you because you didn't know. Everything is a learning task, which I really like because I feel this is a job that not only gives you opportunities, but it will help you later on with a lot of life skills. I feel like a lot of skills that I'm learning from this job are skills that I will be able to take with me for later adventures.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for giving an inside look at what student life is like at Sam Houston and for sharing your personal experience with us. We're hoping that these chats will help fellow Bearcats have insight into the heart of Sam and what our current student life is like. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining Bearkat Chat. Eat 'em up, cats.